Most girls like us spend their entire lives playing softball, only to have to give it up after high school. These are our stories.
I started playing coach pitch when I was about 4, and I stopped playing softball after my senior year of high school.
I started playing coach pitch softball when I was 6 years old, and I stopped playing the summer after my senior year.
I started playing coach pitch when I was 4 years old, and I stopped playing after my senior year of high school.
My parents signed me up for t-ball, but once I started playing t-ball and I played coach pitch and I made a bunch of friends, then I knew that I wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, I think it's the same. I just I hit a point and I loved the game, and then I didn't want to stop, and it was always my little safe place on the softball field.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same for me. I started out at t-ball, my parents signed me up, and then my dad coached my travel teams, and it just sort of became something that me and my dad did together, and it was just a lot of fun. I love the people I met, I love the game.
Family's big in it, for sure.
Yeah.
I played rec ball until I was about 12, and then I started playing travel ball, and my two favorite teams that I played for were the Carolina Wild and the Carolina Diamond Divas.
I played rec ball until I was 8, and then I played travel ball after, and I played for turn 2, and then eventually the Carolina Stars.
I played rec ball until I was 10 years old, and then I played travel ball, and some of the teams I played for were the Clippers and NC Elite.
My favorite memory from softball is probably one time whenever we played an overnight tournament, and our first game was at 8 at night, and then our last game started at 7 in the morning, and it was just a lot of fun even though everybody was really tired.
My favorite memory was probably in a loss. I'm not gonna lie, my sophomore year of high school, our second round of states, we lost in the last inning, and it was just my favorite coach had told all of us that it was his last ride. He told us that this was going to be his last season, and he had been with all of us through middle school and then into high school, and we lost, and it was just dang. And then he pulled me aside after the game and told me how proud he was of me, and how nobody took their chances on me, but he did, and it was the best thing he could have ever done. And it was probably just one of those reassuring moments that I was this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't know, it was just touched my heart a little bit.
Y'all have really sweet memories. I have a pretty violent one. So basically there's this girl that I was playing against, and she was a shortstop, and I just couldn't stand her. And I was up to bat, and I smacked one. It was a line drive. It hit her right in the kneecap, and she was out.
What I loved most about softball was probably just all the friends I made and hanging out with them between games and getting close with all their families.
It's hard to pinpoint just one thing that I loved most about softball. I mean, it was all fun. I loved the friends. I loved the game. I just loved everything about it.
What I loved most about softball was making friends, and I loved to better myself, and even practices were fun. I just loved being around the game no matter what capacity it was in.
The reason I decided to stop playing softball after high school is I was kind of choosing between going to a little school to play softball or going to a big school to get a good education and have a social life. And then I've played softball my whole life, and I was kind of burnt out on it, so I decided to go here instead of go to a smaller school to play softball.
The reason I chose UNCW over softball was because I wanted to go to a bigger school with a better opportunity for education rather than a smaller school that I might not get to major in what I wanted to major in, so here I am.
The reason I chose to come to UNCW over going to a smaller school to play softball is because I wanted to be able to have opportunities for personal growth and social networking, and I just felt that an education from an institution such as this one over a smaller community college or technical school would help me go further in life.
So if I had to talk to any younger girls, I'd probably tell them that your time on a softball field is really limited, whether you think it is or not. And it's harder to make a living out of softball than say baseball or football. So at some point you're gonna have to give it up, and it's probably gonna be the hardest thing you've ever done, but it'll be worth it in the long run. The memories will be worth it, and just the skills you gain from it, not only athletic wise, but interpersonal wise, will be 100% worth it.
I would say it's important to not go through the motions whenever you're on the field, and don't take the time for granted because it does end fast. And
yeah, I just reiterate what y'all said. From the first time you step onto the field, don't take anything for granted. the wins, the losses, you just value them all, because one day you're gonna like wish that you could go out there and completely trash a game.
Like with your